Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel where skincare is all about progression over perfection because perfection doesn't exist. Today I want to share with you my morning routine and my evening skincare routine because first of all, I haven't done one of these for ages, and though I test many products, I test products with the purpose of just testing them and seeing if my skin likes them, but there's always products and certain routines that I always fall back on that make up more so my daily routines. Second of all, I feel like these videos kind of give me a chance to explain where I use exfoliants, actives, where I don't, where I wash my face, where I don't, all that kind of stuff. Third of all, it gives me a chance to talk about the new Glow recipe releases. They are sponsoring a segment of today's video. If you don't know me that well, you'd be like, oh, a sponsored video. If you know me well, you know my love for Glow recipe. If you know me, you know I talk about this brand non-stop. I always say that whenever they sponsor me, they don't need to sponsor me because I talk about their products all the time. I was lucky enough to get to try a few of their products pre-launch. In fact, they always send me their products pre-launch and I always get a really good time to try them. I got to try their new Watermelon Glow Niacinamide sunscreen before it launched in the UK, as well as their latest release, the Strawberry BHA+AHA Salicylic Acid Serum, clarifying and retexturizing, which I'm going to run through now and then you'll see where I put them in my routines. So you've probably all seen this by now on the online, on the internet. Glow Recipe's first sunscreen. If you're a Glow Recipe fan like me, we've been waiting for a sunscreen from them for the longest time. This is a broad spectrum SPF, meaning it's got both chemical and mineral filters, organic, inorganic filters in, and it's an SPF 50. This has been formulated with, of course, niacinamide to help even out and brighten your skin tone, hyaluronic acid for that hydration, Glow Recipe's signature watermelon, which is basically an antioxidant, as well as aloe, which is very soothing. And of course, in typical Glow Recipe fashion, this leaves you with a nice dewy glow to your skin that looks like a glow from within. I feel like that's one thing they're really good at. It's not just like leaving shit on your skin, but it gives you a glow from within. They claim that this leaves 0 white cast, and on me, for sure, it hasn't. I will definitely leave some links to other creators of all different skin tones and colors in the description box down below so you can watch their reviews too. But it's definitely not sticky and it's definitely not greasy. One thing I think I've seen when people have been reviewing this product whilst I've been trying it in the background is a lot of people made it look greasy and it's not. Like, it's not greasy at all, but I do see how under studio lighting and ring lights it can come across looking greasy. I'll insert here what it looks like in natural lighting. This is my face. This is 2 applications later. It's a very grey, cloudy day today, but it's like midday now and I applied this at 9 AM. I've been for a dog walk, so I'm a little bit flushed, but as you can see, even with a couple of applications, it's not greasy, it's not oily, it's got a very natural, like, dewy glow that in natural lighting, compared to my studio lighting, just looks like a very healthy looking skin. What I appreciate about this launch is, what with all the scandal we've had surrounding sunscreens in the past couple of years, Glow Recipe has actually published all their findings, all their tests, all their sunscreen tests on their website, so you can go ahead and look at all those, all the things that it's passed. Again, I'll link that down below because I know a lot of us, we're a little bit dubious about sunscreens nowadays. So it's nice to see brands' actual test results and findings being published. It's very transparent and I appreciate that. What I also love about this is it is very waterproof. I say waterproof, they say it's waterproof, but I know it's sweat proof because I did my one piece of exercise for the month the other day on the Peloton and I was dripping, like I was drenched. As I was cycling, I was like, oh shit, I've got sunscreen on. This is going to get in my eyes and sting. It didn't budge. It didn't budge at all. I definitely had some white gatherings where I was really sweating. But other than that, this didn't get in my eyes. It didn't sting. It did nothing. It stayed put. And on that note as well, I can put it right around my eyes every morning without stinging my eyes. One thing I notice about this sunscreen in particular is I'm an oily person. When I wear chemical sunscreens, I'm going to get greasy throughout the day. A lot of them I don't, especially the lighter weight textures. But with reapplication, it's hard to find sunscreen that you can layer up without getting greasy. What I like about this, and I think it's because of, you know, we've got both mineral and chemical filters in here, is that it gives you this glow, but it doesn't get greasier throughout the day, even with reapplication. I do feel like that's maybe because of the mineral filters. I tend to find that mineral sunscreens keep me quite matte, but I don't like that matte finish. If that makes sense. So this gives me like all the kind of like non-greasiness of a mineral sunscreen, but the dewy glow and hydration and even moisturization sometimes that I get from chemical sunscreens. So of course I use this in the morning as my last step. Every single morning I use a sunscreen. Final step in my routine after my other products have, after moisturizer, after I let my moisturizer settle on my skin. I don't apply it straight over because then we could get issues like pilling. It's also important to apply this in sections. So I always start with a large amount on my forehead, then work on one cheek, and then my nose. What I would say about this is don't mess about with it. Put it on your skin, gently rub, but mainly pat onto your skin, especially if you have facial hair. It will obviously get caught in your facial hair. Then you just pat, like gently pat and rub away. I have seen a lot of feedback that this peels on the skin, and I haven't had that experience yet, but I have been following the instructions basically, and I've not been using this like I would do like a chemical sunscreen or a mineral sunscreen. You'll see from my routine anyway that I tend to pat my skin in the morning because my skin is quite reactive. It goes red very easily. So this kind of just falls into the way I use my skincare anyway. Of course, apply this to your neck and your ears as well. I don't do it on like I'm not going anywhere today other than a dog walk. I'm not wasting this. Like neck, behind your ears, all that kind of stuff. I just love it. It's not a surprise that I absolutely love this. I don't like brands having this kind of grip on me. Like I'm always very like, you know, I'm waiting for that one launch from Glow Recipe that I don't like. Not because I don't want to like one, but I just don't understand how a brand can get me every single time. And their newest launch, the Strawberry Smooth BHA and AHA Salicylic Serum is no exception. Like, look, I've been using this probably for about a month now, pretty much every other day. I love Glow Recipe's PHA BHA Pore-Tight toner, one of my most used toners. I got like full shelf of stock of this and other Glow Recipe products, so I knew I was gonna love this exfoliating serum. I like Glow Recipe's take on exfoliating products, and that is products that aren't overpowering, sticky, tingly on the skin. There's always this like hydrating, creamy, nourishing feel to the exfoliants, which I don't feel other brands do. I feel like other brands just make exfoliants that just exfoliate. And we actually have a percentage. This is 2% salicylic acid, and it really helps to target blemishes, uneven skin tone, texture, helps treat pores. BHAs are my go-to exfoliants as an oily person. So this contains what they call the clarity acid complex. That's 10% clarity acid complex. So just to run through the stats, we have 2% BHA and 1% AHA, 3.5% strawberry, 3% azelaic acid liposome, and 0.5% succinic acid, which we know is good for hydrating and decongesting the skin as well. Strawberry water enzymes and leaf extract, which naturally contains things like BHA, malic acid, vitamin C, really targeting uneven skin tone and blemishes. We have encapsulated salicylic acid in here, which is great for me. I used to think salicylic encapsulation was like a gimmick, but all it means is that it helps kind of release that ingredient slower. And what that means for a lot of people like me with like rosacea prone skin, sensitive prone skin, the slower release makes it more gentle on the skin and just as efficient. Like encapsulation is something I absolutely love. So again, blemish treating can really help with those enlarged looking pores, sebaceous filaments. Of course, we have hyaluronic acid in here for plumpness, hydration, and azelaic acid. I didn't know azelaic acid was in here until I spoke to the Glow Recipe team. Azelaic acid for me is great for my rosacea and redness. It really kind of helps tame the how do I explain it? A little bit of flushing, but mainly just how you see it on a day-to-day basis. And as I mentioned, this has the nicest texture. I love like liquid exfoliants, but they do have the tendency to kind of like feel sticky on the skin, tingle a little bit, and for me, they feel like they leave a film. Do you know what I mean? Your skin feels a little bit tight, but this is like a creamy serum. To help hydrate and soothe, we of course have hyaluronic acid and allantoin, which is one of my favorite soothing ingredients, which you find in a lot of products nowadays. It's a really good ingredient. And bisabolol, which is a brightening ingredient as well. I've been using this for about 4 weeks now, and as like this, the first thing that I always notice when I use Glow Recipe exfoliants is my pore size, especially when it's on my nose. I don't have amazing before and afters to show you, but what I really appreciate about Glow Recipe is their before and afters. They're very realistic, you know, they're not these crazy photoshopped, where they've changed the lighting kind of pictures, but you can see from their before and after pictures just how well this product works for a lot of people. So yeah, sorry you had to wait, but unsurprisingly, I love these products. Is there a Glow Recipe product that I don't like? No, I love it. So let's go into my morning and evening routines. I will put a disclaimer here that a lot of the products I naturally use are Glow Recipe, and I'm not just using them because they're in today's sponsored video. These are the sponsored products, but I just love Glow Recipe. My skin seems to love it. And as I mentioned, I like the visual effects that it gives my skin, especially my skin's looking a little bit tired, feeling a bit sorry for itself. Glow Recipe gives my skin that pickup that it needs. Most mornings, I don't actually wash my skin with water anymore. I tend to use a cleansing water or micellar water, which I've come around to a couple of micellar waters. No surprise, the Coastal Citizen morning water is my favorite cleansing water of all time. It's so gentle, but really does a great job at getting rid of any excess product or residue that you wake up with on your skin. So I just apply this to a cotton pad and gently wipe over my skin, really making sure I get in those corners where like oils and product can build up. Products where you tend to break out if you don't cleanse properly. You have oat milk, basil and chamomile as well. Basil I don't really like, but I find these products very soothing in this water. We also have niacinamide in here as well, just kind of like help with a number of things, brightening, pore control, even breakouts. I just love this water as a really gentle and easy start to my morning routine. As the weather gets hotter, I probably will cleanse properly in the morning. Next up, I use the Glow Recipe Watermelon PHA and BHA Pore-Tight toner. Again, my skin seems to love the combination of very gentle exfoliants and hydration. And that's what I love about this product is it kind of takes on the Korean trend of an exfoliating hydrofacial. And also my skin loves tea tree. This has tea tree in. I don't know what it is about my rosacea that likes tea tree. I think like there's a link between tea tree and like mites that cause rosacea. I don't know. The gentler BHA alternatives in here, willow bark and betaine salicylate, work amazingly on my skin. And I've been using this product for like 3 years non-stop now. I go through it like it's water because it feels like water. It's super hydrating. This is the original fat water. Like it's so nice. And it's got this gloopy texture to it. That means you could pour it in the palm of your hands and put it over your face without any of it dripping down your hands or your face and just, wasting product. We also have cucumber in here, which is nice and calming, watermelon, which is your antioxidant, and cactus, I believe, which is incredibly hydrating. This used to be a twice a day thing until I started using this one. But yeah, this is one of those products that just gives my skin an instant pick me up if it's looking like crap. Talking about the redness, what I feel has really made a difference recently, that this is a product that I on and off use and I don't know why I just don't stick to using it. This is the La Roche-Posay Rosaliac AR Intense Serum. This is a rosacea serum and I don't know how this works. I always say this when I talk about this, but they've got their own kind of trademarked kind of ingredients in here, which is said to kind of target the blood vessels in rosacea skin. And honestly, when I first used this, it took about 6 months to see any difference, but with continued use, that difference sticks around, and really is the difference of your rosacea that you just see without the flushing. But this is a product that you have to religiously use for such a long time before you see a difference and then continue to use morning and night. And it can be a little pricey and sometimes it's hard to find, but I really do love this. I do feel like it's one of the only targeted rosacea products that I genuinely see a difference with. For my morning moisturizer, I always go with something like dewy and hydrating, again, to give my skin that appearance of like a more hydrated, healthier look. The Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow Pink Juice Moisturizer is one of my go-tos. I'm nearly out of it again. Again, for that very reason that whilst it does an amazing job at hydrating and moisturizing, soothing my skin, it gives your skin a really deep hydrated feeling, but you also see that on your skin. It's kind of that instant yet temporary effect that a lot of Glow Recipe products give you whilst working in the background to give you that effect permanently in the long run. So then of course I go in with the sunscreen, and this is where you really do need to let your moisturizer settle on the skin before going in with any sunscreen, any kind of like mineral sunscreen, otherwise you are going to get that pilling, especially like these dewy hydrating product moisturizers. I find if you go with like a mineral filter sunscreen, all it's doing is like gripping onto that moisturizer and you're just rolling your moisturizing sunscreen around. So I like to let my skin settle down. Maybe I'll do my hair, maybe I'll go have breakfast, do whatever, and then apply my sunscreen over the top, of course using the Watermelon Glow Niacinamide sunscreen. My evening routine is always the time for me to just like relax, watch videos, take my time doing my routine. So a first cleanse is a really important step for me because first of all, it takes away all the layers of sunscreen that I reapply throughout the day, but also it longs out my routine so I have more time just to like relax and do whatever I want to do. Whilst you don't have to use an oil cleanser or cleansing balm, I personally find find that oil cleansers just work quicker and easier without having to like scrub at your skin or like, you know, really concentrate on washing your face. And this Belle Lune cleansing balm has to be, first of all, the aesthetic of it. This was gifted to me after I tagged my brother in it, actually, because it's completely our aesthetic. Has to be one of my favorite cleansing balms. It really easily melts in between your hands and then it just glides over your skin, instantly just removing whatever you have on your face. The Witching Hour cleansing balm, it's called. I actually couldn't find the whole ingredient list, but we have poppy oil, apricot oil, hemp oil, and cherry oils, also including some mild surfactants. It just works amazingly. You of course rub it over your skin, you then emulsify it and rinse it away, and you're done. It's just such a nice, it's a pleasure to use, right from the packaging to the texture of it to the ease of use. I then go in with a second cleanse. I'm currently using the BYOMA Creamy Jelly Cleanser. They sent me a few bits and we were going to talk about sponsorship, but I wasn't really feeling the brand enough to be like, yeah, let's do a sponsorship, but their products are good. This is a very typical, average, everyday, gentle cleanser, but it's really good. I don't mean average as in bad. It's just a nice cleanser that will cleanse your face. This whole brand, they're really about being gentle on your skin barrier, and it really does reflect in all their products. This is a really mildly foaming cleanser that just keeps that jelly texture whilst you're gently rubbing on your face. Again, works good as a first cleanse and second cleanse. They've got ceramides in here. I believe it's kind of like CeraVe in the sense that they got that 5 ceramide thing. Of course, take care and replenish your skin barrier. We have licorice root for more even skin tone. It's also rich in antioxidants, and green tea, which is lovely and soothing, again an antioxidant. And it's kind of what we expect from a modern day cleanser in the sense that it doesn't strip your skin and you're left feeling genuinely nourished. I then go in with their mist. Again, this is just like a ceramide mist. It smells like crayons because it's fragrance free. No, you know, it reminds me of like acrylic paint, like, you know, like old classroom. And I really do enjoy the smell. I actually really like it. But again, this is such a simple, hydrating, nourishing, skin barrier friendly step and product. Spritz over my skin to add some hydration into the rest of my routine. My next step is the La Roche-Posay serum, which we'll skip. I told you all about that, but it's really important if you want to see results from this to use it morning and night for a fair few months. And then it's my Glow Recipe Strawberry Smooth Serum. This is, right, okay, hang on. So I usually don't like it when brands are like gentle enough to use every day, but I think you'll be fine with this. I used it every day for about 2 weeks until I realized like I didn't really need to. My skin, I feel, doesn't need a daily like BHA, and I just use it every other day, usually swapping between these two, but it's gentle enough to do that. When I first got this, I used it over a moisturizer thinking, right, let's just let my skin settle into it. And then I kind of realized I didn't really need to. And then the next day I put it directly onto dry cleansed skin. Absolutely fine. So yeah, I tend to use this every other night at the moment. I just love it. Then it's my newest moisturizer obsession, the Aestura Atobarrier 360 cream. And I'll swap between this and the lotion depending on how my skin feels. But again, this is just ceramide based moisturizers that help care for your skin barrier, replenishing those ceramides. I think especially with rosacea, it's important to have a strong skin barrier and not to try and fuck it up too much. So wherever I can kind of like replenish my skin and care for it, I try to do so. What I love about Aestura as a front runner in all the barrier creams for me is that its formulation is so light yet nourishing. The 360 cream is like your typical ceramide cream in the sense that you can feel your skin is moisturized, but it's not heavy or greasy. Their cream, I think their hydro cream, that's it, sorry. They do have a lotion, which is fine, but their hydro cream is even better. This is like a water gel cream, like it's incredibly lightweight and hydrating, and again has those ceramides to help replenish your skin throughout the day. What I then do as a final step is my KAHI Bounce Balm. I love these stick balms from KAHI. I apply this to areas where I feel like my skin needs that extra kind of like a bit of slugging, you know, as we were calling it now. So around my eyes, in my frown lines, my wrinkles, smile lines, my neck, my tech neck, wherever I feel my skin needs that occlusive layer and a bit of plumping out, this is where I'll use my KAHI balm. I absolutely love it. And then I'll go to bed not feeling sticky, but feeling nicely nourished, moisturized, hydrated. So yeah, let me know if you want to try the new Glow Recipe products down below, what you think of what you've already seen of them. Thank you again so much to Glow Recipe for sponsoring that first segment of today's video. And you can find all the product links in the description box down below. You can watch some more product reviews here and some general light entertainment here, and I'll see you over there.